Okay, so today we got a lot of cool new Rogue One information in the form of a leaked promo for a visual story guide coming out after the film's release. And in this promo we got some awesome new ship reveals. First of all, we have the Rebel Alliance YWing. We know very little about this because the accompanying paragraph seems to be unrelated, but the design is very interesting. The engines are very similar to those of a T-65 X-Wing, and the whole ship is very long and fork-shaped. The cockpit reminds me of the Old Republic period Liberator-class starfighter, and the weapon setup on the nose is more reminiscent of the BTL Y-Wing. From this angle we can only see two small blasters on the nose, but that makes sense because the subtitle implies this is some kind of torpedo bomber, perhaps faster and more manoeuvrable than a Y-Wing, but still designed for torpedo attacks. That is, however, purely speculation. The diagram on the right describes the wings as S-foils, so we can expect to see them deploy at some point on screen. Perhaps they will fold outwards and slot between the engines to provide the ship with a larger wingspan. Up next we have my personal favourite of the two, the TIE Striker. Now this is really cool. Once again, it's reminding me of Old Republic period designs, this time the Sith Empire Supremacy class fighter. It also looks a little like a TIE Phantom with the top panel removed. The armament appears to be the same as a standard TIE fighter, but the annotations make reference to advanced high-speed wings and fast-paced dogfights, so I'd be willing to bet the TIE Striker is built for speed and manoeuvrability, much like the TIE Interceptor. In fact, in the top right of the diagram there's a small piece of information letting us know that the Striker has a maximum speed of 1,500 km per hour. It's safe to assume that means the ship's maximum speed in atmosphere, since there's no such thing as maximum speed in a vacuum. But that is interesting given that the TIE Interceptor's maximum speed in atmosphere is 1,250 km per hour. If this difference is reflected in the ship's acceleration when in space, then we could be dealing with an even faster ship than the TIE Interceptor, which begs the question, how will the film explain why the Empire did not use these at the Battle of Endor or any other point in the war? One possibility is that the TIE Striker is exclusively an aircraft and incapable of spaceflight. This would also explain why the Source only gives its max speed in atmosphere and not its acceleration. One final interesting point is that the promo shows us what appear to be T-70 X-Wings painted in Alliance red trim, next to a text box about the theft of the Death Star plans. This seems really quite strange, but I guess they could be a very early prototype that was shelved for ages and then given to the Resistance in The Force Awakens. I mean, this would fit with the idea that T-70s are very dated in Episode 7, which is confirmed in some of the new Canon books. Or perhaps they're completely something new. T-66 X-Wings, for example. Only time will tell. One thing is for certain, Rogue One seems to be lining up to provide us with some great space battle action, and this very Starship-focused reveal has helped alleviate my concerns that they might have turned Rogue Squadron into a ground-based commando team or something for this new canon. And it seems they're going with something akin to Wraith Squadron, in that they're both a squadron of fighter pilots and a team of commandos. I look forward to seeing the film in December, and you can all expect a lot of Spacedock content covering it around the time of its release. So thank you all for watching.